Perfect. So thank you everyone for joining us today for the first our four-part series of the Healing Arts. We are joined today by Mental Health America of Hawaii, which I am from, Dr. Mestiza Goss, and then you see Amanda Martinez. We are staff from Mental Health America of Hawaii. We are also joined by Sarah Misbon from Hawaii Arts Alliance, and then our presenter, Matt Del Rosario from Flow Kakou. We're going to give you a little bit of information before we get started. So Amanda, if you'll go down. So here's some of the information if you're looking to contact us after the training. The Hawaii Arts Alliance, this is their website, their address and phone number. We have social media, so you can join us on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're looking for more information or have questions, you can email Sarah or the Arts Alliance.
If I can say a little bit about the Hawaii Arts Alliance, we have been around since 1980, and our mission is to engage and transform communities by supporting and cultivating creativity through the arts. And so this healing series is part of our creative wellness program, which is one of our community programs. We also do arts education. We have collaborations with the State Foundation for Culture and the Arts. We have a creative artists network that we are building a registry to find different ways to support our local artists, as well as fiscal sponsorships. Powwow is one of our fiscal sponsors, as well as the Performing Arts Learning Centers. So we do a lot in our community, and we're just grateful to be able to provide this, this opportunity for you all to engage in what we think is a really important mission, which is to address the topic of mental health and just wellness, general wellness through the use of arts and creative advocacy. So thank you so much for being here, and we're excited to be able to provide this for the next 4 weeks. So we hope you can join us for all 4 of our sessions.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Yes, the Creative Wellness Program, we are a huge fan of, and I think it's so crucial right now with everything that we're going through and everything that we're going to be moving and healing through, to have art as something that is available to all of us for healing. So thank you for all you do. If you will scroll down, Amanda, please. Thank you. So Amanda and I are representing Mental Health America of Hawaii. So this is our website, our address, and then you'll see our phone numbers. We do have 2 offices, one in Oahu and one in Maui. So if you call us, we are absolutely available. And then Danielle Bergen is in Maui, and she is available by phone or email. We have 2 social media accounts, which is Facebook and Instagram. And then if you have any questions afterwards, you can email us at info@mentalhealthhawaii.org. We do have some really cool social media things happening. So you can go to Facebook and join us. We have different groups such as the Busy Bees Keiki Activities. We have the MHA Maui group that's specific for updates and trainings there. And then on Instagram, we have our Live in the Now, which is specific for self-care. And then if you go down. So yes, this brings us to the best part. So we are joined today by Lauhala Matt Del Rosario. He is a local who attended elementary school here, went to Iolani High School, and then went to North Carolina, where he pursued his BFA in dance composition. He has toured and was nominated for the Princess Grace Award for solo performance. And then he retired in 2014 and brought all those wonderful skills and all his creativity back to us. He is going to be teaching us some movements today, some of it coming out of his program that he created for connecting with balance. It's a movement therapy experience for senior citizens. He's adapted for us. If you go down, Amanda. So he is the owner of Flow Kakou, which is a Hawaii-based arts and cultural nonprofit organization. It's been with us for 3 years, and its mission is to instill ownership and self-awareness among community members through movement-based activities. So we're super excited to have him here. We have worked with him before at the Art Summit and had such amazing feedback for people who participated. Sarah and I, Amanda, were you in that one?
No, but I wish I was.
Sarah and I had joined him there. So if you want to get more information, absolutely, please follow him on Facebook at Flow Kakou. If you have any questions, his email's at info@flowkakou.org. He does have an Instagram and website, and all that information is there below. And we will post it afterwards. I know because we're moving kind of quickly to get you into the experience portion, but we will put this on at the end of the presentation as well. So if you want to go down. So we really wanted to give you just a little bit of a disclaimer before we got started, because when you hear healing arts, you may think art therapy. And while we absolutely support art therapy in all its many forms, today in the 4-part web series is not about specifically art therapy. It's about just bringing to you different types of art modalities where you can use it for self-care and for healing. And if you do have questions about wanting to pursue your interest in art therapy, there's a couple different places you can go. You'll see them below. So you can go to arttherapy.org, psychologytoday.com, or atcb.org, or you can just email us and we can give you some different links to that. But just to let you know that this is not art therapy, and if you are feeling unsafe at any point, we do have some resources available for you.
And I can also just mention quickly that we're working on, Ms. Disa and I are working on, we have a therapeutic arts Hui that we've developed,
Yes.
bringing together all the different art therapists, board certified, as well as other artists who are using the arts therapeutically, and other professionals that are using the arts therapeutically in their given professions. So both of us are available. If you'd like to email me, I would be happy to direct you to different art therapy resources as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sarah. And if any of you are looking for any kind of crisis resources, if you're feeling unsafe, if you'll scroll down, Amanda, we do have the numbers available today for the crisis line and the suicide prevention hotline. And if anyone needs it, you can privately chat with us and we can send that to you there as well. And if you go down one more time. So I know some of us are new to Zoom. I am guilty of being fairly new to Zoom as well. So we're just going to do a really quick Zoom 101 before we hand it off to Matt. Amanda, can you go over just the basics that they might be using today?
Yes, absolutely. So the way that today's session is set up is in a webinar fashion. So everyone's cameras and microphones are turned off. So don't worry about accidentally turning on your camera or your microphone. That shouldn't be an option. We do encourage some interaction, so we will be asking some questions, and we encourage comments and interactions with each other as well. And we'll be utilizing the chat box feature for that. So at the bottom or tops of your screens, there should be a chat box option. If you open that up, you can put any comments or questions you may have. If you do use the chat feature, there are 2 options for you. One says to panelists, to all panelists. So if you send a message to all panelists, then only us 4 here on the screen will see that message. If you select all panelists and attendees, then everyone who's participating in today's workshop will be able to see that message. If you have any kind of specific questions you want answered, go ahead and drop them in the Q&A box that's also on your screen. So we'll be able to dedicate some time, I think, at the end to answer any questions that you may have. And if not, we can absolutely follow up and get back with you. Reactions, I'm not sure if you have that feature in the webinar portion, so don't worry about that. You could put your reactions in the chat box.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Sarah, did you have anything else before we hand it off to Matt?
Nope, just very excited for what we're about to experience. So thank you, Matt, for being here, and let's do this.
Thank you, ladies, so much for having me. Aloha mako. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I think this is the first of our Healing Arts series. My name is Matt Del Rosario, but you guys can call me Lauhala Matt. I do want to thank Sarah, Ms. Disa, and Amanda for putting this together to help us connect virtually, especially in a time of kind of social need. So we're here today to kind of share knowledge and hopefully share some art. My movement background, or I have a movement background, which I'll be expressing the art of movement and how we can use everyday sort of movements to gain health, strength, and even some mental stability through physical practices. All right, I got a first couple of rules. The first rule is 1, I'm gonna ask that you guys be creative. So for those of you who can see me, If I'm doing something physically that your body cannot do, it is totally fine that you don't copy what I look like and you be creative and do your variation or your version. I will show other easier variations for those of you watching. And as I noticed, for those of you who are just listening in, I'll do my best to speak exactly what I'm doing so you guys can kind of have a word-by-word playthrough if you can't see me. Second rule I'm going to ask is that you communicate not just with us, but with yourself, with your body. If your body is saying something like, ooh, don't twist that much, or ooh, don't do that, then listen to your body. You know, listen, your body will never steer you in the wrong direction. So just have a communication with your body. And last but not least, the third rule is collaborate. Collaborate, not just with me and with your own art form, but collaborate with all your past memories, your past emotions. I had a mentor who once told me that in the dance studio, you want to bring all your baggage in, because good and bad, they all hold knowledge. They all hold wisdom that we can show through our bodies. So today, bring in your baggage, use all your past experiences, all your memories to see if you can move a little differently with these several everyday movement activities. All right, we ready for this? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous, so mind my speed and all that, but we'll try and work through this as best as possible. All right, first things you're gonna need, not a lot of space, but you're gonna need a chair. Normal chair, back. You don't have to have a back if you're advanced, but have a back is just for safety. Wood, metal, doesn't really matter. All right, I want you to sit nice and tall in your chair, kind of at the edge. So you can put your okole just right at the edge, and so your feet can kind of make a 90-degree, as best as you can, 90-degree angle, and sit up as straight as you possibly can. For some of us, we have natural curves, we have natural twists. Sit in whatever way doesn't hurt your body. All right, I have to do a little disclaimer. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. This workshop is a two-part kind of class. I'm going to show you some of these daily activities, these movements, and then later we're going to add some magic sauce, and we're going to make a little dance out of it. And so that way your day doesn't have to be, okay, let me wake up and do the exercises, but you can wake up and dance. All right, so all these movements I've basically taken from Zoom meetings. So anytime you're at a Zoom meeting, any one of these movements can be done. The first one I catch a lot of people doing is breathing. So we're gonna breathe together. So sitting nice and forward, spine as straight and erect as you possibly can. And let's just take a deep inhale in. And release. Good, one more time. Inhale in from the toes, all the way to the nose, and let it out. One thing when we do these full body breathings I want you to pay attention to is use your imagination. So the next time we breathe, I want you to imagine all these little air molecules filling your body up, actually allowing your body to rise. And when you exhale, you let it settle. Almost like if you had sand in a cup and you like swirl it around, the sand moves around, but eventually it'll settle and become strong. So in our breath, same thing. We're gonna inhale in, feel the body rise, and exhale, and let it settle. Beautiful, just a little bit bigger, inhaling in. Exhale, and let it settle. Last but not least, all the way to the top, inhaling in full body, hands as high as you can go. Exhale, and let the hands settle. Beautiful. So same thing at a meeting. You know, if you're going through some stuff, you can just be like, oh my God, that was amazing. All right, the next exercise we're gonna do is it's called rocking chair cares. So basically, like you're sitting in a rocking chair, you're gonna lean forward, kind of peer over the edge. I want you to see if you can lift the balls of your feet up and then rolling back. And just curl, toes can curl. If your feet come off, great. If you have that ab control, great. If not, keep them down. Same thing, we're gonna lean forward and back. It's kind of like, I want you to have that feeling of looking over the edge and coming back and, ooh, another beautiful day in paradise. Basically looking over the edge, going back, and what a beautiful day. All right, awesome. So the next exercise too we're gonna do is, I just call it martial arts feet. It's a good way to transition your feet to allow your legs to track. So keeping your feet and hands parallel, we're gonna turn your toes out, keeping your heels connected to the ground. and press down and feel that weight. Then we're going to transfer the weight to the balls of the feet. Then we're going to turn the heels out as far as you can. If you can't go that far, don't just go as far as you need to. Same thing, keeping the weight in the heels and turning the balls of the feet out. So you have this nice 90-degree kind of knees, feet open up. And this kind of, this open crotch position, but it's one of the best 80s dance exercises. So what I want you to do is you're gonna push one leg away as you twist your spine and turn to see behind you. And then same thing, we're gonna push the other leg away, yeah, and twist the side to see behind you. Also, only twist as you need to. Also, when you're twisting, I don't want you to think about crunching when you twist, but elongating, finding more stretch, more length in your spine. All right, staying here, we're gonna just transition into a lunge. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn our heel in so that our toes come forward, and we're gonna drop that leg, drop that knee as we turn out in the heel. We have a nice easy lunge. You can just kind of stretch this part of your body. Same thing, so we're gonna turn the foot out, turn the toe in, drop it. Same thing, do a stretch. If you want to be more advanced, what happens is from here, we're going to turn the heel back and reach a little bit further. So we have a longer lunge stretch. Awesome. So same thing, curling in, little things you can do at your desk. Listen a little differently, listen a little better. You know, if it's really crazy, do a lunge and turn off your camera. All right, so bringing our feet in, heel to toe. The next exercise is basically, it's called swaying like a palm tree. I want you to think of your spine like a palm tree and your butt as the roots and legs as the roots to your tree. So we're gonna inhale in and exhale. And just slowly feel that wind blowing from side to side, almost if there's a pane of glass, right? And you're just going side to side. And allow it to rock a little bit bigger. So actually, some of your butt cheek comes off the ground, not too much, just enough. Kind of like you wanted to pass some gas, but you don't want everybody to know. You know? And then eventually, see if you can rock it a little bit bigger, like you're running in a weird sideways motion. Beautiful. And then see if you can get your knees a little higher, across. Nice and soft. As you can see, I'm not going hard at it, just raising and falling. And then from here, I want to see, can you actually do like a slow motion run? Like you're running down the lane of the Olympic trials. And again, if you can't get your legs high, low runs are fine too. Idea is just to find strength and stretch your leg and the body. Awesome. Okay, sitting up nice and straight. I want you, this is a little, mind my words, but I call it the lovely lady twist. So you're gonna cross your leg. One leg doesn't matter with the other. You're gonna hold the knee, wrap your back arm around the chair, and twist and turn with the head. Again, when you're twisting, find that stretch and length up as you twist as well. We kind of rotate the ankles. And then slowly keeping the twist, bring your head back. Oh, so you say, and back to the meeting. Yeah. Okay. Other side, same thing. And again, if you can't get your leg up, extend that leg a little forward and just cross low. Same thing. Holding, resisting, over the back, and twist and extend with the breath. Inhale, exhale, and back to seat. All right. The next thing that we have is called the Mortar and Pestle. We're going to have a hard time saying that second word. We're just going to call it the bowl and the stick. So I want you to imagine your spine is the stick, and your bowl is kind of your hips. So I want you to take that stick and lean it forward to the edge of the bowl and see if you can kind of glaze the edge around with your spine. Awesome. And if your bowl is small, do it small. If it's tiny, it can be tiny. But go as big as you need to, and then just rotate the other way for balance. So good for ab engagement. So go slow so you can really feel the engaging core, support, length. Finding your way back up, moving up to the thoracic region. I want you to pretend that you kind of got punched in the gut. Boom, punch back, and then same part we got hip and back, coming forward. So let's take a look at that. From the side, as you can tell, I'm not just crunching back low, but I'm getting punched back and then pushed forward. So that thoracic area is what we're looking to move around, to shake up. So bring your rib cages kind of forward. I want you to push it to the side and then feel it go back as you got punched in the gut and back to the side and coming forward. And I don't know why my hands are up here, but I guess it's like at a desk. So if your hands are at the desk and you went side, back, side, forward, to the other side, side, back, side, forward, and back to the meeting, however. All right, moving up to the chest. This is one of my favorite. It's like the Care Bear stare. I can't call it that because legal things, but it's just opening your chest up. So you're gonna roll your shoulders back, open that chest up to the sky, Care Bear stare to the sun, feel it on your chest. You can even smile if you want at this point. Let's just inhale in, exhale, and curl the top of the head forward and roll your shoulders back down. Beautiful, so let's inhale, open up the chest, feel the sun, exhale, curl the top of the head and bring those shoulders. Awesome, this is also a good way to show you that just physically, sometimes if you're feeling low, if you physically roll your shoulders back, it actually lifts you up to see what's in front of you. Sometimes when we get stuck in our darkness, we feel like this is the only path, but just a little physical movement can help guide us to see a little bit more. On that with the shoulder roll, so we have our normal shoulder rolls, you know, just go up and down, and you can reverse the direction, you can go side and side, however you want. But now I also want you to think about a square. So moving your shoulders low to the front, then up to the high part, and back over the top, and down. Try that again. So down low, up to the top, back over, and down. And just for good luck, we're gonna backwards, back up, cross to the front, down, drive it back, up to the top, cross over to the front, down and relax. So sometimes in our stretch, when you actually push it in a different way of moving, you create more strength, more stretch, more breath into the body. All right, next exercise we're gonna do is an archery exercise. 2 thumbs up. You're gonna grab your bow and you're gonna grab your arrow. You're gonna inhale and you're gonna draw the bow. Exhale, let it go. So inhale, draw the bow. Exhale, let it go. Also, when you're doing this exercise, really be mindful of the thumbs. I want you to blur out everything in the background and only see what this thumb is seeing. Let's try that again. Inhale in, tracking that thumb. Exhale. Find it again. Inhale into the left, tracking that thumb. Exhale. Beautiful. Now that we have our thumbs out here, we're going to do a little head massage. So take those thumbs, you're going to find it in the back of your skull. And I just want you to press, you know, right where the spine kind of meets the skull, there's all this kind of connective tissue. Find some tissue there. And I just want you to hold on it like a soft button. And I want you to nod yes. Well, I will survive. And then also, no. No, I won't give up. No, that seems foolish. And then last but not least, take it around the world. The more we know, the more we realize we don't know. Massage that head, almost like where your crown would be if you're wearing a nice king crown, because sometimes your crown can get heavy. So massage that crown and then just keep it off. So, all right, last exercise is going to be just simple reaching. Almost like you're reaching to put back something on the top shelf. So just reach one hand, push it, second hand. And the whole goal here is to find a nice long stretch from each side. So actually, you want to straighten your legs and reach hands on both hands. We're going to just reach your side to side and really feel that stretch through and that stretch through. Awesome. And last but not least, we're going to do a little full body breathing to end. So let's inhale in. Now exhale and let your body fall as far as you can. Let it fall. Doesn't have to be that far. From here, just inhale in. Stay low. Exhale. Feel that groundedness. We're going to take 3 inhales in to rise up slowly. So we're going to inhale in, rising up a third of the way. Exhale, let it settle. Inhale for the second time, a little bit higher. Exhale, 7. Last but not least, hands all the way to the sky. Inhale in. Draw those legs in. And exhale, 7. Awesome. So, I know I moved through that kind of quickly. But basically, those are some everyday movements. You can do seated. You can do standing if you want. And again, be creative. If there's something that doesn't feel right, do it a little differently. Now I'm going to show you how to take those everyday movements and make a dance. This is how we take, I don't know, you take a potato and you make French fries or something, whatever. All right, get seated and I'll get some music going. Oh, totally forgot, slipped my mind. The magic to making something a dance. It's the transitions, it's the question how, and it's the question why. So everything we do has an intention. One movement leads to the next. Even if we forget, just keep moving, keep finding some kind of moment, some kind of stillness. The magic is the quality and the texture of what we do. And so I'm gonna take all these exercises, add some magic, and follow along as best as you can. All right, here we go. Starting at the seating at the edge of your chair, feet nice and long. We're gonna take a nice inhale in. Exhale and drop your body as low as you can go. Let it settle. Breathe a couple times down low. All right, on our next breath, we're gonna rise up a third of the way, inhaling in, floating the body up, and exhaling to settle. Again, inhaling in to rise just a little higher, and exhaling, settle and straighten. Third time, inhaling in all the way to the top, feet slowly walking in, hands settling down. Going into our rocking chair cares, rocking forward, seeing the cliff off the mountain, rocking back, enjoying the life and view, rocking forward, rocking back. Rock forward, and we're going to hold the weight in our toes, shifting the weight to our heels. We're going to turn out. Martial arts feet, toes out, balls of the weight, balls, your feet, weight in the toes, turning out the heels. One more time, turning out the feet. 80 stretch. Let's stretch that right leg and twist and extend. See what's behind you. And then let's lower the spine and let's see over the cliff as we transition to the next side. Same thing, twisting it out long, seeing behind you, seeing your past, seeing your memories. Coming forward again, down low. We're going to transition to lunge. I'm going to be more advanced, stepping back, arm, hit that diagonal, we're going to cross forward and push. Beautiful. Let's guide that leg back in, back in. And we're going to come back down to the other side, turn the heel out, go forward. Arm over the top, diagonal, beautiful, cross in front of you, and push. Guide your feet back, turning them in, turning the heels in, finding parallel. Sitting up nice and straight. Find that sway. One cheek to the next, find that balance, that control, where you can slowly lift the leg higher. It's okay if your arms start to move like a weird side-to-side running man. It's art, it can be creative. And then now reaching forward like you're running down the track of that marathon or that Olympic trial. Hold, you're gonna cross that leg. Find that support, reaching over the back, twisting, turning, lengthening the spine. Rotate that ankle while you're there. See the world, gaze, just turning the head. Let go, let go puff of air. Beautiful back run to the other side. So go right, left, hold on the right, cross over. Support that knee, reach over, Support the twist. Look, curl the feet. Turning back, off there, release. Finding that parallel. Sticking the ball, leaning forward. Going around, finding all the edges of your hip joints. Going back the other way. Again, if you need to do a small, do a small. Finding center, pushing back. Coming forward with the torso. And around. 2. Let's do one more round. Then we're going to go to the right, reverse directions with the thoracic region. Going around 1, around the column, around the middle 2. One more time. 3. Finding yourself in center, sitting nice and tall. Rotate your shoulders back. Care Bear stare to the sun. Breathing in. As we exhale, curl the head over, curl the shoulders, and feel the groundedness of the exhale. Rotating to the left, drop your hand, open your shoulders, open your chest, curl your shoulders, turn your head forward. Same thing around, open the shoulders to open the chest, close the shoulders to close the chest. Again, right shoulder, left shoulder. Take it back to the other side, whatever side you did it. Open it up and close it. Rotating it around. Still engaging the core, keeping it nice and straight. Last time, shoulder up, shoulder down. Now we're going to do 2 shoulder shrugs. 1, 2 elbows, and whole arms. Curling forward, shoulder shrugging up. 1, 2 elbows, and whole arms. Finding those beautiful thumbs. Hello, thumbs. And archery. Inhale. See the sun. Let go. Again. Inhale. See it. 2 more times each side. One more time for the left hand side. Inhaling in. See your target. Inhaling in. Exhale. Beautiful. Take those 2 lovely thumbs that we're just looking at, put them at the back of your skull. Find that connective tissue. Just massage a little around and find a button and say, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And then know that around the world, massage that scalp, and lift that crown. Just push it top. Then I'm going to extend those feet for length. And then over the music, it's okay. You're going to grab that crown again, put it back. Inhaling in. Exhaling, curl over. Feeling that stretch, finding that moment. On the next inhale, we're going to rise. So inhaling in. Exhale, settle. Walk one leg back, the other. And there's the dance, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I went a little over time, but that's basically how you can take everyday movements and make it a little dance, so that way you have at least 5 minutes of a smile, 5 minutes of a sweat, 5 minutes of a time of worth living. If you guys have any questions, comments, now is the time. Perfect. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat or the Q&A below. While we're waiting to see if we get any, I just want to say a huge thank you to Lauhala Matt for coming today and sharing these amazing movements with us and helping us have a wonderful afternoon with relaxation.
Awesome. Well, you're more than welcome. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
We do have a question from Nikki. Nikki said, that was awesome. Thank you so much. Do you have more classes? Question mark, question mark.
I guess so. No, not at this time, but because of this, I probably will start some.
Joy said, thank you. It was oh wait, it's moving quick. Sorry. Joy said, thank you. It was rejuvenating of the mind and body and spirit. Donna said, mahalo. I was feeling pretty down and it really helped.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Jackie says, mahalo, Matt. That was fun and relaxing. And another Jackie said, that was fun.
Yay.
Loki Lonnie's wondering if it's going to be available online for a bit because she wanted to share it with her husband.
We're planning on, we are recording this. There's a chance that we will either share this particular video with you all, or we will create something where Matt is doing something to offer to you all. But we're still working on the details of that. But we're glad that it helped, and we're glad that you found value in it. I am a dancer as well, and a somatic therapist by training. And so it's really great to have an opportunity to really connect with your body. I think oftentimes in this day and age, we're very intellectually driven as a society, and we work really hard, and we often forget how much our minds impact our bodies. And so exercises like what Matt just showed us are really helpful to just take a little bit of time out and reconnect. We just go, and sometimes it's really important for us to find pockets of times. And as you see, it's only 15-20 minutes. It really doesn't take a lot of time and effort, and you can actually do it sitting. You can move freely, and it really does shift, as I think it was Donna who mentioned that it really does shift the way you feel, and just in a small amount of time. So I appreciate that comment, because it really does reflect on how much something so small can make such a huge impact. And we have to remember our bodies are so neglected in our society, and it's just key for us to come back to it and remember that a lot of heart disease, a lot of health conditions are impacted by our mental health. And so we have to remember that in order to stay healthy, we have to take care of our minds and our bodies. So I really appreciate Matt for sharing your wisdom. Hopefully we can do this even in a longer format where it can be a lot of different kinds of ways to do this. And so we hope that this little snippet will inspire you to do something at home, and to join us for more tools that we'll be sharing throughout the rest of our Healing Arts series.
We did have a question about the music used, because it was so beautiful, and if you have any music recommendations.
Sorry, the question is, what was the music?
Yes, and then if you have any music recommendations.
Oh, yikes. So the music was Max Richter, Richter, I don't Richter. He, I don't know, sorry, let me find it real quick. On the Nature of Daylight by Max Richter. I think he did a couple soundtrack movies. And so I think finding music is kind of it's really everyone's preference. I'm kind of cheesy, so like if I hear something in a movie that drives my emotions, you can bet I'm gonna find out who that artist was, so I can hear the bigger piece of music. But Spotify, YouTube, whatever, just Google interesting music. I don't know. There's a lot of things out there.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are still with us, Amanda just dropped a link into our Zoom webinar chat. And if you have time, please follow up and fill out our survey. You just click the link to give us some information. It just helps us know what you found helpful, what you enjoyed, so we can continue to bring you wonderful series like this. And we know how to kind of go out there and find those additional artists and resources that you're looking for and that you really enjoyed. So if there are no other questions, we just really want to say again, thank you so much for joining us today. Lauhala Matt, you're, as always, a wonderful speaker and artist, and people just love to be engaged and share movement with you. We hope to be doing this again in the near future with you in some aspect, form, or function. And thank you so much, Sarah, for helping us do this. This was definitely an idea that was created and born of Sarah's amazing creativity. And thank you so much, Amanda, for helping us do the tech part, which we are kind of challenged in. So we really appreciate that. And if anyone, of course, has any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us. You see Flow Kakou's information and Matt's contact information is still up. He does wonderful things in terms of classes and programs. So please follow up and check those out.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us, and we hope to see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Although bats, poor bats, they don't have such a good rep right now. But we'll see you next week, Wednesday at 12, for another session. So we hope to see you then.
All right. See everyone next Wednesday.
Thank you, everyone.